911, where's your emergency?
Oh, well, there's some guy been checking the place out. And he comes to my door and yeah, and where is he now, ma'am? I don't have no idea. He broke through the door.
With the current clown epidemic, everyone is on the lookout for white painted faces and red suits. But what about the people who don't hide behind a mask and who look just like me and you? Current reports of clowns lurking kids into the woods, stabbings is nothing to be taken lightly. What's even scarier is the thousands of people killed yearly by the average Joe. So before you decide to take out a clown, just remember, your neighbor Larry probably has a few skeletons in his closet too. Hell, these days, the gentleman who helped you bag your groceries will probably bag your ass up and put you in his trunk later. So just remember, anywhere you go, you are never safe. Alright guys, let's do this. So I've already added a concealer to my face and blocked out my brows. Same method I used before in my demon and my zombie tutorial with a glue stick and some powder. I'm adding on my wig that I got at the Halloween store, which will be roughing up later, so don't worry. I'm blending out any excess powder that is on my brows, doing a little clown dance I guess, and then adding some white cream paint to my face. I was kind of unsure about this because I really didn't want to use this. I just wanted to use my white water activated paint, but I used mostly all of it in my demon tutorial, so I worked with that and it worked fine. It just kind of dries to a different texture, but I'm adding plenty of that to the actual bald cap on this wig and then down my neck as well and on my eyelids. I went ahead and took off the wig to just paint the back, and then I went in with what I had left from my white water activated paint with a duo fiber brush, and this will just add texture. And then went in with a denser brush where I needed more coverage. So to sketch out what I wanted for this clown, I used my KatVonD tattoo brow in the shade Taupe to just sketch what I thought I might want for this. I was kind of unsure. It is smart to go by a reference picture. I was going by one, but I kind of made a lot of changes. But I'm just kind of making a diamond shape. I don't know what happened to my lip here. And then I started filling in the outside with a blue water activated paint, being as sloppy as I can because I want this look to be extremely grungy and worn in. I added more water to the mixture to dilute it on the edges and then tapped it with my finger to really roughen it up. I filled in the inside with a black water activated paint, and before it dried I blended in between the blue and the black to just blend it in. I didn't want anything to be precise on this look. So now I just went in with a black gel liner to go around my eyes, underneath my lower lash line, and all into my lashes to make sure there's no white paint in there. And I also went in with a fluffy brush with that blue paint to further roughen things up. To add some grunge and age to this clown, I'm adding tons of wrinkles. I went in with that same tattoo brow pen just to sketch out where exactly I wanted them. The less precise the better, and I made the wrinkles in the middle of the forehead more deep set and thicker. I smiled and kind of found where there might be, you know, natural wrinkles around the mouth. And then went in with a gray water activated paint to fill all that in. And the gray will create more of a shadow than the brown. I highly recommend you make as many faces as possible so you can just find the areas that need contour and painting. I also went in with a black water activated paint just on the kind of edges of those wrinkles to add dimension. And then went in with a grayish purple eyeshadow to start contouring out the chin, around the mouth. I had a clown nose, but I decided I just wanted to paint one on instead. So I just kind of used a fine brush and a red water activated paint to paint it in. And then I mixed some of that red with a little bit of black just to add dimension to the edges to really roughen it up and look a little bit more worn in. I drug some of that blue paint underneath the lower lash line. And then added some black paint to create some under eye bags, and then added more water just to make it look rougher. Now I'm tracing out my mouth. I didn't know how big of a mouth I wanted to go with. I ended up going with a little bit of a smaller mouth. I filled in my lips with a black liquid lipstick. And then filled in the outer mouth with a orange water activated paint. That way it matched my wig. I also used a blending brush to roughen up the edges. And used a black paint to connect that area to my lips. And I also extended out my cupid's bow and my bottom lip to make the grin look even creepier. I just decided to go on each side of that grin to make it look like we had been, you know, smiling for years. I don't know. And I also blended some eyeshadow on top of that. Next, I went in with a blue eyeshadow just to kind of blend around the outer area of that eye. I like to go in with paints and eyeshadows. The eyeshadows are more softer and the paints are going to be a little bit more opaque. So just to kind of blend out the edges. Same thing with the mouth. I took a kind of burnt orange eyeshadow to blend around the mouth. Next, just like my last tutorial, I added a watered down black paint underneath my eyes and let it kind of run down. When I added my contacts, it definitely watered down even more because my eyes were watering so bad. I also went in with that gray shadow again to add more contours around the mouth and on the chin to make the chin look a lot more pointier. And then to make it look like I had been like kind of sweating and really worn into this makeup, I took whatever paint that I used and worked that same color into the wrinkles nearby it. I also added in some crow's feet because I had forgot that. And this was a really important step. I just took some white eyeshadow and blended over all of those wrinkles, and that made it look even more lifelike. To make this clown look even dirtier, I just took a brown water activated paint and just started flicking it at my face pretty much. Be careful because it's messy. I made sure to get all around the kind of bald cap of the wig and the hair just to make everything look nice and dirty. And then I went in with that gray eyeshadow again to add some contours to the face and also around the bald cap. You can't leave out your neck, so I added some of that gray shadow to the contours of my neck as well. And this hair just isn't crazy enough, so I added some black paint with a doe fiber brush just to create some low lights, if you will. And then I went ham with some gray and a dark brown eyeshadow around the edges of this wig because I didn't want it to look like it was just one piece. I wanted you to be able to tell that it was separated, and also around the edges of the hair pieces to make it look really grungy. I took that brown paint and just added it to my costume to make it look nice and rough. and did the splatters on my costume as well. For the final touches, I added in 2 different kinds of contacts from Camo Eyes and some teeth that I made. I will link a video in the description box as to how I made those teeth. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate it. I hope you guys have a safe Halloween out there, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. You're in charge here, Vanessa. I don't know. You tell me.
I'm not good at this.
Yeah, I know. I like those poop emojis, but 3 of them. Shut the shit up. It's not funny. It's not funny. Why is everything so funny to you? You little bitch. You know that thing, it's like, maybe it's Maybelline, and they say, maybe it's methamphetamine. I wish I would have said that.
You can do it today.
Yeah, but this is a clown. It would have been funnier with the zombie, you know?
Stop having a meltdown and get to work.
I'm working. Don't talk to me.
Sounds like you're whining, not working.
I have never. Durr. Dumb bitch. What'd you get me?
Skittles.
Oh my god. Too funny to...
Oh, stupid.
What is that?
Quiet on the set. We're recording right now.
Oh, God, shit.
You're gonna get shot on the front porch.
You know what, Phil? I don't need your negative attitude, okay?
You should get some fake blood and spit it on her face.
I can't find my fake blood. I don't know if it's in my car or what.
Okay, use real blood then.